Ryan with Brian Dieter's MPTV Coaches Show. So you saw our opening, you might have been like, why the heck did you show a football play? It's April. But we had 4 football guys signed to play at the next level. Ethan Johnson, Vian Seams, both to Illinois Wesleyan, Dennis Drake up to North Central, and Sean in Buffington to McKendree. So really kind of a nice thing for our football program to send 4 guys to the next level.
Absolutely, what a great celebration for these seniors and for the program, and they're all going to be in state.
Yeah.
Very reputable schools. So congratulations to those gentlemen.
Yeah, we got to hear a little bit from each of those 4, so let's go ahead and watch them.
All the coaches through high school, I know some of them say that I've been here forever, but this is the end. I'd like to say thank you for the great 4 years from track to football. I really enjoyed every second. Then I'd also like to thank all my teammates, everyone that came out to support me today. You guys have been here through the thick and thin. All 4 years, I knew I could trust all of you, and it's been a great time with all of you. And then lastly, I'd like to thank my parents and my grandparents for coming to every game. From the beginning, this has been a dream of mine to go play college football, and I couldn't do it without them. So thank you to my parents.
We're super excited for the next steps. And we're super grateful for this opportunity for me to play college at the next level. But we know that we cannot get here by ourselves. So I'd like to first thank my coaches, because they saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, and they really drove me to be the best player I could be. My teammates, I'd also like to thank for always being there for me. I'm proud that I was able to play with them, and I miss those moments every day. I'd like to thank my parents as well for always being there for me. You know, I played football since 3rd grade, and I loved every second of it. They were always willing to drive me anywhere, wherever the game was, and I'm super grateful for them. And I couldn't do it without them. And I'm really excited. Thank you.
With the ability to play the game I love and for guiding me through this journey. To my family, thank you for being my biggest supporters through every win, loss, and every 6:30 practice in the morning all summer long. You've always believed in me, even when I doubted myself. I'm forever grateful for your love, sacrifice, and encouragement. To my coaches and teammates, thank you for pushing me to become a better player every single day. Without you guys, none of this is possible. Thank you, Coach O'Neill, for giving me the chance to start, even though it seemed like I was injury-prone every day. Thank you to all the other coaches for pushing me day in and day out to get better. To the community of Morton, thank you for showing up to every game and cheering us all on. Your support has meant everything.
North Central, I would also like to thank all of my coaches and teammates that I've had. You guys all pushed me to be the best version of myself each and every day, and I would not be up here right now without you. I also want to give a huge thanks to my family. You guys are my biggest supporters, and I cannot thank you all enough. All the countless hours you guys have poured into me with games, practices, visits, camps, and more cannot be repaid. I always knew I could count on y'all to be there to support me, and like I said, I can't thank you enough. I am extremely excited to move on to this next chapter of my life, and I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity. Roll Hogs and go Connors.
Kind of awesome. Again, all of them seem very excited. I always like to look at the parents too when you see that and see how proud they are as well.
There's no doubt about it. There's not a greater feeling when you see your kids succeed.
Yeah, so that play, let's talk about this. So that play we saw in the opening, that was back in the days when I was a football coach. I like to draw up trick plays. Sean didn't score the touchdown. The guy who threw it to him was Cole Rankenberger. I want to talk about Cole on the track.
That's an excellent transition.
Oh, thank you. I take pride in my ability to transition. But Cole just set 2 school records on the track this past week.
Unbelievable. I believe the 100 and the 200, if I'm not mistaken. And I just talked with Cole in the hallways yesterday. Just a humble, go about your business young man, very disciplined, works his butt off, and deserves all of the success. And more to come, certainly, as we move on through into May.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to see what our track program can do all over the place, but that's awesome for Cole. Let's go what's behind us. We got some softball. We haven't shown a lot of softball, but that is on MPTV, pretty much all the home games. So if you want to check out the NFHS Network links and all that, you can obviously catch some Potter softball. But they got the Galesburg game that they played last week. It was 11-0 Lady Potters win.
Great to hear that. You know, it's great to score runs, more importantly. Great to get the win and develop that confidence. which I know Coach Byer's been working really hard the last couple of years to develop that culture.
And I think it's important to get the wins, right? We talked last week, they did a great job. They, hung in there with the Downers Grove North suburban school, but I think you get the win, it's kind of that justification of all the hard work you've been putting in.
All that hard work and why we're playing these top suburban schools against tough schools around even the country with their trip down south. So, they've got a good thing going on, and we're excited to see, how it develops here through the rest of the spring and then moving forward the next few years.
Yeah, absolutely. And then let's stay on the diamond. We'll talk baseball just real quickly. I mean, continues to roll, but big thing, Potter's now in first place after beating Pekin on Monday.
Pretty exciting to just see the wins just keep pounding up, now in first place in a very reputable, strong conference. And this is a program that knows how to win, and more importantly, I think, and excitingly knows how to win come mid-May.
Yes, and huge games coming up in 2 weeks. East Peoria, the other team. Well, Dunlap's really good too. I got to like after that, but Morton East Peoria is definitely that series that a lot of people have been targeting as far as like middle Illini superiority.
Showdown.
Showdown. It's a couple weeks away from that one. And then, I mean, obviously, we've talked about tennis. They're continuing to do well. And before we wrap it up, I want to talk a little bit about soccer, because, again, as we always say, that's something that you're paying close attention to, of course. So
Yeah.
you talked a little bit about that.
Coach DeLong and I talk all the time. We just spoke here before we started to film here this morning about the success of the team and that they're old, they're experienced, they've got college level seniors that have been in the program, several of them starters since their freshman year, and that builds an understanding of what needs to be done, confidence moving into the postseason. This is a team that is laser focused on success, not of course only in the Middle Illini, but in the postseason. They've strung several wins in a row here, and they just need to keep focused on their goals and not necessarily get patting themselves on the back too much, because it's still early, but it's great to see the success they're currently having.
Absolutely. We'll leave it at that, because that's, I think, a great way to wrap up this week's show. So for Brian Eaters, I'm Ryan Woodley. Back.